Here's our 15-acre farm. It's a corner property. It's like a gigantic rectangle. We own, actually, if you can see that second tree line, it goes from there. This is the corner here. It goes all the way across, all the way to the tree line, the second tree line there. That right there, that's all a creek. We got a couple dogs here. It's a quiet street. There's only actually 11 houses total on the whole entire street. It goes on up here. You can see. This is all the hay field that goes up. Eventually we're going to put fence up along here. We're going to put fence all the way through here, all along here, all across here, all the way up, and then we're going to run the fence all along here. Pretty much the perimeter of the property, all along here and then the back, all the way up and on. And I'll show you. This is the, we're coming up on the barn. It's actually a 15 stable horse barn. 15 stables total. In 5 of the 15, there are actually some poultry cages for chickens, turkeys. You could have bobwhite quail and other fowl. If you like. The guy that lived here before us, he actually had golden pheasants, turkeys, bobwhite quail, and chickens. So this is, we're coming up actually to the corral. The horse corral where they train the horses. You can see where I cut grass here. Cut the grass, and then the rest of it, that's going to be hay that we let the neighbor cut, and he cuts the hay, rakes it, and then he actually bales it into bales for his cows. But you can see here, this is that's the barn here. I'll show you that in a second. But this is the corral that goes on around. Some of it needs to be replaced, as you can see, but it's not too bad. It's about I'm trying to think here. I think it's 150 foot long by 90 foot wide. So it's pretty decent size. And as you see, this is where a gate would be. You'd hang a gate here, and you can, back your horse trailer in here, or any kind of a trailer that you can load, the horses up, or goats, or whatever kind of livestock you might have. But this is the barn. The barn's 115 foot long by about 40 foot wide, so it's a pretty good sized barn. And this is the family that owned it before. The name of the road is called Hopewell, and they named it Hopewell Acres, the Eastons. So we're gonna actually take that down, and we're gonna change a few things. It's 27 foot tall. You're gonna see the roof here, and we're eventually going to resheet all this. Resheet the barn with new steel, because a lot of the wood is old and we want to, kind of replace some things. There's our camper van. Runs like a dream. It's got a brand new engine in it and brand new transmission. We go camping a lot in the south, and we go to a lot of hockey games and stuff in the van. But this is the barn. Pretty good size here. This is an old car that I bought on eBay, actually. It's an old 1982 Honda Civic. It's even got AC, if you can believe it. But yeah, this is the barn. This is our wood pile. Got a bunch of firewood. We like to have fire pits, fires and stuff, and we got all the wood there. There's a nice concrete pad that we have. Eventually, we're going to probably put a storage shed there and move some of the stuff out of our garage into the shed, so we have a little bit more room. But you can see as the road goes up, you'll see the mailbox, and then the driveway goes on down. But yeah, this is kind of the layout. I walked around. I'll show you back the road here. There's the end. Like I said, it's a corner lot that goes on around, and I'll do a little shot here, but that's where it comes up, and there's the barn. It goes on around. And in the distance here, right back here, that's where the house is. So the driveway, you come in, the driveway here, you drive on, down, and there's the, that's the house there. Right here, this is all gravel we're going to redo. This is going to be somewhat of a parking lot where people can park their cars. And then here's going to be, this is the garden that we've put in. This is our first year, so it's a little smaller than what we're going to have, but it's still pretty nice. This is a little apple tree we planted. We planted a little late, I think. It's a little yellow Golden Delicious, I believe. Let me see if the tag's here. So, yeah, Golden Delicious apple tree. But maybe next year it'll come back and have a few more leaves on it. This is our garden here. And as you can see, it's a little bit of a distance from the house, but we're gonna get a little golf cart or something so we can ride out here. And this is a drip line that waters all the plants. You can see the drip line hose. We got a few tomatoes coming in now, decent size. We have tomatoes. These are tomatoes. This is a zucchini. We got some tomatoes here. We have some basil plants. There's some green peppers. We got some flat Italian parsley back here, if you can see right here. And then there's a black beauty zucchini. And these are actually pumpkins. The big vine here is pumpkins. We're going to have some pumpkins growing, and then we have some cucumbers, watermelon, a couple more tomato plants. So, yeah, I think about this time next year, we're going to have a pretty decent garden. The actual garden box itself is 5 foot wide. It's 5 foot by 16 foot long. 5 foot by 16. And let me show you the other side of the barn here. Then you can see this is the other side of the hay field. And as you can see, this second tree line back here, we own all the way to there. So it goes all the way straight, all the way out to the road there, and comes all the way back, all the way out this way, and then all the way back into this far corner, and then on back around, and then of course up to the street here. So kind of gives you an idea. Well, eventually we're going to put fence up, so this will be all fenced off here, so that they'll have plenty of room to graze. And then this is all going to be garden here. I'll show you the other side. But we moved in about 8 months ago, so there's always something to do here. It's got some pretty decent woods. This is against the barn. We're going to clean all this out. And this is the other side of the barn here. It's pretty well built. It's actually built by craftsmen in the 1850s. They built this by hand. And these doors open up on both sides of the barn there. And this is the corral like we saw before. And we need to, do some work to it. But like we said, we just moved in. We're trying to sell our other house. So as soon as that house sells, this is a mulberry tree. It's got little mulberries on it. But as soon as the house sells, we'll have a little bit more money to be able to